Hey folks, welcome back to Failure at Retirement. My voice has finally mostly come back most of the time, so now I can start back on videos again. I hope you don't mind the killdeer. There's one around here yapping about something. It's just not really much I can do about it this time of the year other than maybe film inside the house. That's not my thing. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is self improvement. Some of the top things I feel helped me to better myself. Um, Knowledge is power, people. I guess I'm going to start there. Knowledge is power. So you have to educate yourself. And it doesn't really matter what you educate yourself in. Hopefully it helps you toward your goals, but even that doesn't matter that much. Find some books that interest you that hopefully are aligned with your goals. For me, I've talked about this before a little bit, but I have a lot of new subscribers here. So I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, um, even Fast Food Nation. It didn't directly apply to what I was trying to do, but it was really kind of a eye opener as far as looking at things in a different way. And at the time when I went on my big reading campaign, I was working my sales job. I was trying really hard to be a better salesperson. And what I didn't really even realize, and this is why I say it doesn't matter how much it applies to what your goals are. I was just trying to be a better salesperson at the time. But it went a long ways toward making me a better investor, a better business person once I became self employed. Those books I read to become a better salesman had a broad application to the rest of my life. So that's one thing. But find some books that interest you and help you move you toward your goals and read them. Take the time. It's worth it. You need the knowledge. And even like on the knowledge thing, like part of the reason I'm doing this YouTube deal is for my own knowledge, to understand how YouTube works, how to edit videos. And I'm not very good at any of the above, but I'm learning, right? And that's what it's all about. When you're living your life, you need to be learning. Anyway, my screen went dark there. I don't know why. Anyway, the next thing is don't be afraid to look in the mirror and ask yourself some hard questions. And this is a tough one, but I was fortunate to kind of learn this early, like in my 20s. And I've seen people fail at this, and I've tried to help them, but this is a hard one. Like, if things aren't going the way you want, if you don't like your job, if you've started a business and it's not going well, don't be afraid to look in the mirror and ask yourself questions like, what is wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? And what can I do better? How can I improve myself, improve my business, improve my job situation? These are all, I mean, they're hard questions because you tend to get locked into a routine and everything is kind of ingrained, and you end up maybe kind of angry at your situation, but it couldn't possibly be anything you're doing yourself, right? What failures learned is if things are not going your way, if they're not going the right way for failure anyway, every time in the past it's been something failures been doing wrong. And just start asking yourself like, what is with this job, and why can't I seem to enjoy it or be successful at it? And this literally happened to me at one point. And I was asking myself these questions, and I just realized that I was just working the job all wrong. I was, I'll get into it a little more, but in this particular job, I was like asking my boss permission to do things. Okay. And I wasn't enjoying the job. I wasn't very successful at it. And every time I wanted to try something different, I'd go ask the boss if it was okay. Well, what I realized is that's not the thing to do. At least not in my case. For this particular job, that was not the right thing to do. What I did is I just took control over it. I just stopped asking the boss permission. If I wanted to do something different, if I wanted to change my job description slightly, so to speak, I would just do that. And it was wildly successful for me. I unburdened myself of what my boss would think about what I was doing. And if it felt right, I did it. And, I was in sales at the time. I was full commission salesperson. So I had a lot of autonomy already. But the boss didn't want me asking him stuff. He didn't have time for that. He wanted me to figure it out on my own. That's the important message there. Figure it out. Okay. I'm sorry. I think the video is going light, dark, light, dark. Bottom line is, I think it's probably too hot for my camera. Anyway, so because of that, I'll just do one more kind of final thing here. So the third thing for self-improvement, I think, is just to be disciplined. Just get on a path, set your goals, and stick to it. Just dig in and stick to it. You're going to get there. It might not feel like you're making progress at all, but you are going to get there. But that discipline, the taking the time to read, the taking the time to ask the hard questions, those are all difficult. Change is not easy. It wasn't meant to be easy. So just be disciplined about your whole life, your whole routine. Follow a plan, set goals, follow the plan. You're going to get there a lot quicker than you think. Alrighty, I appreciate each and every one of you watching, leaving comments. Sorry I've been kind of out for a while with no voice. Still pretty busy this time of year, looking after these contractors and whatnot, but I'm going to try to get some more videos coming your way. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on Failure at Retirement.